I would like to say in advance that I am an opponent of sequels and do not recognize them for objective reasons. My opinion may not coincide with yours. Furthermore, I believe that Episode 9 is the worst thing that has ever happened to Star Wars in its entire history. Nevertheless, there are a lot of questions hovering around certain plot points that are part of the new canon, and the answer to them is sometimes very hard to find. One such question concerns the plot of Star Wars Battlefront 2 and Operation Cinder that has been mentioned in Mandalorian too. It is a backup plan envisioned by Emperor Palpatine in case of its defeat at the Battle of Endor. The execution of the operation involved the destruction of numerous planets in the galaxy by altering their climate with destructive beams from orbit.
Admiral Versio, Operation Cinder is to begin at once. Resistance, rebellion, defiance. These are concepts that cannot be allowed to persist. You are but one of many tools by which these ideas shall be burned away. Heed my messenger. He shall relay you to your target.
Most incomprehensible, why the Emperor ordered to destroy the planets loyal to the Empire or conquered by it if he was going to be reborn anyway after some time. I agree with you, it's all very strange, but there is an answer to it. Somehow, but an answer. Notice when the Emperor returned in Episode 9, he looked more like a real Sith than ever. There were statues of the ancient Dark Lords everywhere. The planet itself is historically linked to the dark side, and this personal cult of novices gathered around the reborn Sidious. Notice the Emperor has hardly ever called himself a Sith before, or tried to cover himself with all sorts of items indicating his predisposition to the dark side. Of course, his main goal was to establish Sith power over the galaxy, or rather his own power, for he was going to live forever. If we look throughout history, we can see that he was more of a politician, a ruler than a Sith. His abilities and true nature were often hidden from view. Most of his entourage and his subjects were unaware of who the Emperor really was. So after his death in the 6th episode, he managed to be reborn and decides to break away from politics completely. He created the First Order for this purpose, while he himself decided to create the cult of Sidious, the acolytes of the dark side, and become a true Sith, as his ancient predecessors were, to gain unlimited power and not to hide his abilities. In simple terms, stop hiding behind the wall of politics and begin to enslave the galaxy by extermination, destruction, and establish open domination of the dark side as Nihilus, Malak, or Malgus did. Discontent within the Empire had been growing for years. The events of Episode 6 were the peak of this tension. More and more systems joined the rebels. The Emperor understood that as soon as he fell, the dictatorship of the Empire would collapse and most systems would surrender to the rebels. The resources gained over the years by the Emperor would fall into the hands of the new Senate. Palpatine didn't want that. So he ordered his most loyal followers to destroy everything that belonged to the Empire. So to speak, he decided to wipe off the face of the galaxy all that he had gained through his hard work. He decided to give up politics and become an openly powerful Sith, completely change his views. He no longer needed the Empire. Henceforth, all the remnant of his state, his loyal Star Destroyer fleet, and the rest were his personal army, as it were in the days of the Old Republic. Actually, that's the answer to the question. Why did the Emperor destroy the loyal to the Empire if he wanted to be reborn anyway? I realized that there are a lot of plot holes in this answer, and I agree with you. But with this clip, I wanted to provide clarity upon one of the most common questions. After all, it's an answer no matter what. Write your opinion on this subject in the comments, and like it only if you wish. Thank you very much for watching. See you soon.